Hello and welcome to Rise and Shine, Creating 2020 Vision. I am so excited for today's show and today's guest. I have with me here today, Steph St Amand. Welcome, Steph.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We are on day 24 of our series and day 4 of our emotions conversations, talking all about how your vision, your mindset, your emotions, and taking action support you in moving in the direction that you desire to go. Supporting your alignment, helping you to feel empowered and all of that. And your emotions play a huge role in that. And so I'm super excited because I know so many of our people today have been able to see Steph and how she gets in the flow of her emotions and how just what a ripple effect that has on everyone who gets to watch her. And oh my gosh, yes, Steph. So with that, I want to say a quick hello to our live viewers. I see Helene is with us today. And go ahead and let us know where you're connecting from today. And as always, if you have ahas or questions throughout the conversation, let us know in the chat. We love to interact with you throughout. So let me go ahead and share with everyone just a tidbit of who Steph is. Steph St Amand is a spiritual director with One Love Awakening, a community of reuniting souls awakening to their spiritual magnificence. She provides spiritual nourishment for the heart, mind, and spirit. And you can learn more about her and her work at oneloveawakening.com. And that's the number 1 loveawakening.com. So welcome again, Steph.
Thank you so much. I'm just gonna jump in and say I'm so humbled to be here with you, and I have watched many of your shows, and you just have so many cool kids on, and so I'm humbled to be one of those cool kids. It is such a pleasure to be here with you. I know that you and I are cut from the same cloth, and I'm so blessed to be in your presence.
Thank you, and you're welcome, and I agree. And I want to give a quick shout out to Keith Leon. He definitely introduced us, and I saw the same thing, Steph. As soon as I saw you and what you're doing, I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, yeah. So
little sparks of reflection. Yes.
Well, Steph, will you tell everyone just a little bit more in your own words who you are and what you do?
Yeah, blessed to be called Reverend Steph St Amand, and I'm with Centers for Spiritual Living. I was ordained with them in 2018, and I've been a minister for 6.5 years. And so for me, my whole journey is about the process of awakening, and there's so many different experiences of awakening. There's the harsh and the hard, and there's the gentle and the sweet, and people can wake up to the fullest potential of who they are and their spiritual magnificence, because we are all cut from that same cloth. We are all divine, infinite intelligence outpouring and outpicturing in the substance of life. And so my vision and my purpose in this life is to be a vessel and a conduit of that truth, and to be a reflection of that divine substance, and to share love, just love people, and no matter who and what and how what they are in life, every single human being deserves to feel love and to know love, and to wake up to the power that is within them.
Well, and I find it so inspiring and fascinating that every morning at 8 a.m. you do a live stream to really support people in getting into that flow of remembering, what love feels like and all of that. And for anyone who hasn't checked that out yet, if you're looking for a daily inspiration right there, you've got to check Steph and her live streams out for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. So Steph, let's get into our conversation on emotions, just coming at it from a general approach first. When you think of emotions and how they support a person in moving forward, what comes up for you?
I used to actually struggle really deeply with really heartfelt emotions.
Okay.
I suffered from chronic anxiety disorder and severe depression for almost 2 decades. Well, probably over 2 decades of my life. And so I wore my emotions like jagged armor, and I just spewed out everything, all the feelings of the emotion. So I had a lot of anger with my depression, and everything was everyone else's fault, and living in that place, and it was really stemmed from fear, like this unconscious, subconscious fear of everything, being in an environment, being and you're always in an environment, so feeling anxious about just everything all the time
Wow.
really weighs on you. So I was wearing emotions like armor. It was a buffer zone from me and people. And so um, the most powerful emotion is love. And I really switch the term emotions to feelings, because emotions are so surface.
Okay.
Emotions are the things that we feel because of something that just happened, or something that we are feeling. so so there's two levels. And so coming to that feeling place, and sitting with the emotion, sitting with the anger, sitting with the joy, sitting with the things that allow that feeling place to take hold, because the emotions are what we generally use to spark out, or to they're so instant. We
Right.
react to things, and when we calm our space and our time, and we feel the moment, then we can be present for what it is that's triggering that emotion. So my favorite saying, it's a Steph St Amand quote. I quote myself all the time. You have to feel it to heal it.
Yes.
You have to feel it to heal it. And if you're not feeling something, there's nothing there to heal, right? So
Right.
my work with forgiveness and those kinds of things really solidify that healing work, that some of the emotions that we label as bad, because there's nothing good or bad,
Right.
they're emotions that we're having, and we learn how to manage and to handle them. So I always go back to that: how do we feel? And we move into that place of feeling, so that we can interact with the emotions in a healthier way.
And so it sounds like you really found that gateway to being able to move beyond the anxiety and anger through
Hmm.
feeling them. It,
Hmm.
what would you say? What would you say? Because I know that can be a real sticking point for a lot of people. It's like those those emotions. I completely agree. They all serve a purpose. They're all information, and yet we can resist feeling them so much. We can because right. So what do you recall? What helped you in like having that awareness of like, oh, I have to feel this to heal it, so I can move beyond it.
Oh,
I know I know it's
yeah,
okay to
that's a
remember.
yeah, life.
Yeah.
Really, it was finding a spiritual path.
Okay.
Um, it was, doing. I was taking classes like consciousness and mindset classes, and how to live a spiritual life versus just being a part of the world and the minutia of everything, to switching, moving from it's everything is even my fault, to there is no fault.
Right. Right.
And so yeah, for me, my whole life has changed when I found a Center for Conscious Living, that is now a Center for Spiritual Living, and that is a part of a bigger organization, so Centers for Spiritual Living. So it's um you know when I found out that I am personally responsible for my feelings. No one is making me anything. No one is
Right.
making me happy. No one is going to be the cause of my joy. No one is going to take away the pain I'm feeling. That's all on me and what I can do. And so it really woke me up to being present for like the physical. I mean, when you have depression and anxiety, you are feeling everything. And so learning how to quiet my mind was the first step, because my mind was a monkey playing with a hamster on a wheel. Like it was It was just this constant thing. So meditation, learning spiritual mind treatment, learning all tools to calm the self down, to be present for those the aspects that of causation in my life. So that was really the like it is not an overnight success
Yes.
story. It is 12 years,
Okay.
of diving deep to become more awake and aware to life that's happening, to moments, and being a part of the moment instead of just flittering away life, living it.
I so appreciate you sharing all of that with us and going deep with us, because I think it's a beautiful gift for people to like, if you've seen Steph's live streams, today, presently, you may just assume or think like, oh, like she's never experienced anything different, right? And that's so not the case for like everyone. and thank you for sharing that with us. It's that change is possible, that it's all serves a purpose. I feel like there's another question in there, and I just
change
sort of
is possible.
Yes.
You never have to relive a moment you don't want to relive. Once that is done, we get to move on. I think one of the first things that resonated with you, Kim, is that your show, every day is a new day. That in it of itself is enough, that every day we wake up to a brand new gift. We get those ugly Christmas sweaters and we just put them aside when we open that gift. But every day is a gift, and we don't have to put on the same
We love
sweater.
The Christmas sweaters too.
We do. Oh my God, I love ugly Christmas sweaters, and it's almost Christmas time, so
I know
we're getting closer.
No, I love that. Thank you for throwing that in there. No, and I think, I guess, it really deserves a moment to say, I mean, every day is a new day, because we also know what it's like to not have that experience, not feel that experience, when you keep feeling like you're reliving it and reliving it and reliving it and reliving a certain day. And you finally realize, oh, I have greater choice. I can shift things up here, and our emotions support us in being able to move through that. And so again, I know I said it already a few times. This is why like Steph's videos, but are fantastic for generating like wherever you were and moving you into a new space. And that's something you, our live audience, replay audience, can do as well, is getting into that flow and speaking life into that new day experience. Steph, what is that like? Okay. My next question, I'll say it first, and then I want to check in with the audience. But my next question for you is going to be, what is that experience like for you when you are getting into that flow? But hold that thought. That's the next question. Hello to all of our live viewers. I see we've also got with us Nori. Good to see you. We also have Suli here and Carol. So good to see so many of you here. I know we see Roberta and Sherry. Just want to be recognizing everyone today. You guys are so fantastic. And I think I saw another name in there. And if I missed anybody, I apologize, but we're so grateful to have you here today. So Steph, what is that like for you? I mean, I can probably, give my own ideas about it, but will you share with us, what is that like when you get in that flow?
It's the life of a mystic. For me, this spiritual practice is it's life-changing, and it is practice, right? We all want that instant, quick fix, and so would I. If anyone finds it, let me know. We'll share it. But the path of a spiritual life is one of practice. So for me, being able to calm that monkey hamster mind to be egoless, I think that's really what it is.
Say that again. Egoless?
Egoless.
Oh, egoless. Okay.
Yeah. Just even for a moment, to allow that presence to do all the work for you, because that spiritual presence is always doing the work. It is what is working. in life. And so when we get out of our own way and just let the freedom to just be empty, to be an empty vessel for what is coming, and to know that that's my purpose. It's my purpose to just be an empty vessel and to let spirit do all the driving. So when I close my eyes, there's oftentimes I can absolutely see the cosmic universe, and I have no edges. And usually when I close my eyes and begin, when I begin, it's Steph moves out of the way, and I hear the treatment, and I hear the meditation that's coming from me, and like we had deep soul meditation last night, and I went so deep, I don't remember anything I said.
Do you believe that you're channeling? It sounds like it.
I do channel. Yes. Yeah. I've used the term, my life is biblically epic. Because
That's awesome.
I do. Yeah. The mystic, the monk, the prophet, I feel those expressions in my life, and I've seen, oh my goodness, I've had visions, and I've had just channeling, and sometimes the founder of Unity, Charles Fillmore.
Okay.
He showed up in my kitchen one day. I was just like, whoa, Tammy's like, Steph's gone. Who's this? Things like that.
Awesome.
That my life is fun now.
Okay, so I want to get into sharing, a few more aspects of our show that are typical for every show. But before I do that, I really feel like this needs some recognizing. So I love that you said egolessness, egoless, and I heard the word eagle when you said that, and so
my totem animal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go, showing up for you right there. Okay. Yeah. And what I see in that is the more egolessness we have, the more you become like an eagle flying high. And for us, so many of us, it can be what can be a perceived roadblock can be another person. Right? Whatever's going on in a person's life can be another person. How can I move beyond this and get into that space where I am just the love? I am knowing we're all connection and all of that. And I just want to, I don't know, just get your thoughts on that. Do you have any thoughts on how a person can stop letting another person be what's blocking them from ascending and being more of that eagle?
You've got some options there for sure. One of them, because I've been involved in spiritual community my whole life, and whenever I grow, I tend to grow beyond what was possible in that group. And so I've had to let go of a lot of people, and because if someone is holding back the divine from your expression, you cannot stay in those relationships, right? Tammy and I, we've been together for 13 years, married for 7. When we entered into this relationship, we said God first, relationship second. And that has been something that has been with us our entire relationship, because we also see the divine growth in each other. And so love, real love, is non-judgmental. It does not place conditions. And if another human being is putting conditions on your growth and evolution, then that is not love. It's not love. It is fear. It is the necessity to control something, and it's usually fear driven. All control is fear driven,
right?
And so that's, as hard as it might sound, or harsh as it might sound, if it's not a workable relationship, and you've been working at it for a long time, and this person is not growing with you, and you are called to grow, sometimes the healthiest thing to do for both of you is to walk away from that friendship, that relationship, that co-worker, and just to love them from their furthest degree.
Right.
Because, this, to not spiritually bypass that expression, we love everyone, because everyone is a divine emanation. Everyone is a reflection of who you are. If you're in, like, you have to feel it to heal it. If you're
Right.
in this experience and you're rubbing up against each other, check in. Are you rubbing up? Are you polishing each other's stuff so that you're both better, or
So good.
or you just...
That is so good.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. And we can release people with love. I thought it was funny when you mentioned, you and Tammy, how you chose to put God first. I mean, I think a lot of people intend to do that, or I mean, that's not an uncommon thing to hear, and yet, I guess it felt so like a wow thing to do, because it just became very clear in that moment when you said it, how you two made that conscious decision to come from that place first, that higher place that's even above. I'm going to even say, like, even above your relationship. It's like you guys know there's something higher than that, and like, wow, what a power. Then that supports the two of you together and individually to be able to be your highest selves, to be able to, I mean, just move mountains, So I think it's awesome. So, okay, so let's, we could talk to Steph for forever.
We sure could.
Okay, so when I asked Steph, what's an empowering quote you'd like to share with us today? She shared a Mother Teresa quote, and she said, "If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten we belong to each other." Ooh, that is a good timing for that quote. Okay, Steph, elaborate. Share a little bit more about why you like that quote.
Oh, well, because in my faith, there is only one. There's only one power, one presence, and everything in life, everything in existence is in that energy field. It's pure consciousness. And so, when I was living in anxiety and depression, peace is what I was searching for. Peace was what I was hungry for. I wanted to feel peace inside of me, and really, even though I had a circle of people around me, I was so very much alone. I was alone in my pain. No one, the smile you see today is authentic, but the smile that was back 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago was a mask I was wearing. And so peace is, we are not in this alone. We are not in this life alone. There is always someone willing to help, willing to support, willing to be with you in your pain. There are people, beautiful, magnificent people,
Yes.
that are supporting, but we have to step into our own authenticity to be in that place. And so in that oneness and wholeness and in unity of my faith is that there is only one person to love. If we love ourselves, we are loving enough, and we can share that if we love ourselves, we reflect that out into the world, and we have all the love we need to share with other people. And so if one of us is hurt, we're all hurting. If one of us is hungry, we're all hungry. This is oneness and wholeness. And when one of us awakens to the true expression of their spiritual magnificence, we all awaken. This is a journey in which we are all walking each other home, and how we get peace in this world and peace in ourselves is by remembering who we are and what we offer as spiritual substance.
Right.
And a unique, unrepeatable expression in this world. We bring that, and that's all we have to bring.
I love that. And I want to just, I'm feeling that, for some people who are kind of in this space of trying to figure out how this, how this applies to their life. I know there can be this understanding of, yes, we're all one, love everybody, all of that. And and this awareness of, wait a second, but this other person in my life it's whoa, this is not helping, right? And so combining the two of those, going, someone might be thinking that I need to keep this person who's hurting me in my life because we're all one, because we're all love, because they're a reflection of me, and right. And yet the most loving thing you could do would be to say, wait a second. Okay, so I'm trying to love them and help them, but how I'm hurting in the meantime. So number one priority, right? And then can maybe bridge that gap with, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, a couple things.
Yeah, I know. I've had a lot there too.
Yeah, one is, when we get on an airplane, they tell us to put our oxygen masks on first and then help other people. If we're wounded, if we're broken, if we're coming from bitterness or hostility to help those people, we're not helping anyone, and we're certainly not helping ourselves. So in that, and also remember that, coming to a place of love and acceptance of who they are being in the world, and might be a reflection of what you need to heal in yourself.
Yes.
And so we try our best to love, get to that place of acceptance and tolerance even of that. But we don't have to like people. There's a big difference between loving the wholeness of who they are in this moment and liking what they're doing and liking how they're showing up. Those are two different things. And so what our premise at One Love Awakening is that we awaken ourselves and all of humanity will awaken. We only have to take responsibility for our own awakening. It is high pressure to think that we have to be responsible for the awakening of someone else. And if you're dealing with a narcissist or you're dealing with an abusive relationship, love yourself enough to remove yourself from those situations. We do not need to put up, we are not spiritual doormats, we are spiritual heroes.
Oh, Steph, thank you. Okay. I know that was supposed to come through today. So, Steph, let me just quick check in with you. We are nearing our 30 minutes. I don't want to keep you beyond. You've got a busy schedule. Are you able to go slightly beyond 30 minutes, or do you need to go?
Oh, honey, I got all day for you.
Oh, honey. Okay. So, we've just got a lot of awesome comments as well. And so let's see. Thelma here is saying, I have been listening to Steph's morning treatments for several years. It is a wonderful way to start my day connecting to the divine presence within. Beautiful. Thank you, Thelma. And you know what? And we have Sherry asking for the link to that. And you know what? If someone would like to pop, I think Tammy may have. Suli is saying, beautiful quote. We're going to make sure we get a link to Steph's page in here as well. And yes, Tammy is saying, Reverend Steph live on Facebook every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific. And she did put that link in there at One Love Awakening on Facebook. Awesome. And
that's my wife. She's awesome.
Thank you, Tammy, for being here today. And I know you're also doing a watch party and all of that. Fantastic. And she's saying, yes, we are spiritual heroes. I love that. What was the reverse of what you just said? Spiritual blank versus spiritual heroes?
Doormat.
Yeah, doormat. Oh God, I love that one. Okay. Okay. So when I asked Steph, what is your 2020 vision? She's already shared a little bit of that with us, but let me share with you what she shared with me as well. She said, living a radically joy-filled life. And Steph, so
nailing it.
What does that look like for you? What does that vision, look like? I'll just leave it there. What does that look like for you?
Radical joy is being aware and awake for as many morsels of moments in every day. Just being present, we can find so much of the good in everything. We try to get through things so quickly so that we can move on to the next thing. And then we aren't living. We are just, sheep or zombies or whatever we want to call it. And so for me this year, when, to live a radically joyful life, 2020 had to happen. And I'll say a little bit more about that, is that at the beginning of 2020, Tammy and I had sold our home, left Canada, moved to California, we were waiting for an R1 work visa and volunteering down there, at a center for spiritual living,
Okay.
in California, and COVID hit. So the R1 work visa never came through. The immigration closed, borders closed, and our prime minister said, Canadians come home. So we had to come home. So we came back to Canada homeless,
Oh
with
my
no
gosh.
job, and we were like, what is up now? The week before California shut down from COVID, I was in the backyard of where we were staying, and I was looking up, going and doing a prayer. Oh my goodness, like, shut down all the external voices, divine presence. I only want to hear you. I hadn't had a break. I hadn't been, I love to work. I was a workaholic, healed. And I would never take days off. It was go, go, go. I was, the responsibility of awakening other people, on my shoulders. And so standing in the backyard and just giving it up. I'm like, I'm done with the busy. I can only hear your voice right now, Spirit. And literally 3 days later, California shut down with a global pandemic, and then the world shut down.
Wow.
And we had to come home. So it was like, I just listening to that divine guidance. And the only way we can really hear that divine guidance is by calming down, stilling ourselves, and being present. And so all my entire life has changed. Our Tammy and I, our ministry has changed. We went from, participating in a pulpit like experience
Okay.
to an online virtual community. Our soul community at One Love Awakening is thriving and growing and evolving, and over the last few months, and all of that sticky, hard stuff that happened for the past year just melted away, and I was forced to have time off. I was forced to just meditate for hours, and I was, just like, what is next, Spirit? What is next? And so just being present um allows us to have the opportunity to even see the joy that is right in front of us, or to see the good, or to find the lessons, and to participate in the now, because this infinite moment that we are living is all that we have. There's no
Right.
past, there's no future, just this. So being present for it.
I want to ask you, when you practice calming your mind and being present, what do you notice about your feelings?
Mm, um, yeah, that I don't know how to describe that feeling. Really, it's a calm. It's a calm. It's when I, like, because I can still myself. I'm aware an argument is about to happen, and I can now still myself right there in the present. I can slow down time and interact with thought before it leaves me, and in a way now that was never a part of my experience before, pre-COVID. And so just being super aware of of the physical body, of the time it takes to think a thought rationally before, and to direct the conversation instead of
Yes.
reacting to things. Yeah, remember that you don't even owe a person a response. You can take
Okay.
you can take the time for that pause and that breath.
Yes.
let me think about what I need to say, because you can diffuse any situation.
Right.
You are powerful beyond measure.
Steph, thank you for even describing it where you started. I don't know how to describe it, because I think that's really important for people to know, because if you're in that space of just starting to like quiet your mind and get to that space of calm, I was just having someone talk to me yesterday about how like it's a completely different language of like understanding things from up here versus understanding things from here. And so we may not always have the words to even describe how something feels or what your intuition is telling you to move in a new direction. You're like, you sense it, you're getting it. There is a feeling there. You're not quite even sure what's going on possibly. And yet you've received new information and guidance that's coming down through the quieting of this and the opening of this, and that space. So thank you for,
Well, and it's just like, I wanted to mention the tuning fork that we are, the physical body. We are the tuning fork for the light and of spirit that lives inside of us, or all around us. Who knows where our soul even exists, but we are conscious of it. And the body is an energy field.
right.
So there's science that says our heart will know a fear trigger is coming something like 30 seconds before it enters our field of energy, and so listen to your body. Your intuitive self, your gut reaction to things is not going to lie to you. And so, yeah, just listening to the body, and how many red flags do we need about a person and we still enter a relationship? Listen to the body. If it says, wow, that was a red flag, that it is something that for me to pay attention to it. That's how we feel. That's how we feel everything. This beautiful sacred body that allows us to feel things.
Saying no can still be a love response.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It sometimes is the most loving thing you can say to someone.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Like a child reaching for a hot element.
Yes.
No. that is love.
Exactly. I want to highlight Tammy's comment here. She says, stillness, awareness, and love. This is the seed of peace in the world. That is beautiful. I see a visual that could be created from that. That's awesome. And Suli's saying, absolutely, totally. So, okay. So I asked Steph, do you have a picture that you'd like to share with us that can, just also speak to today's conversation? And she gave an awesome image. So I'm going to share that here on screen right now. Tell us about this image, Steph.
Oh, that's my inner being. Someone sent me this picture years ago because they were like, this reminds me of when you're excited about something. And it is. I used to even have rodents as pets. Like I had hairless rats, I had mice, I loved them. And so this little creature is so like just present for that moment. I'm on a flower. What could be better than this moment, right? And that's my vision for life is like my thirst for life is that this moment is so exciting. This moment, I'm just like, I'm covered in the dew and the pollen of this moment, and just allowing it to be. Yeah, I love that little guy.
Okay, you know what I'm totally getting right now is you were talking earlier about, stepping away from that workaholic type life, right? Literally getting off the hamster wheel and stepping on a flower. And I just want to like point this out too, is that like you mentioned earlier, practice. It's practice. And the value in the practice is because, like you said, we're tuning forks. And so the more we practice being in that more expanded love, joy-filled space, then that becomes more of what we generate and attract versus what can be so commonly known of being in the hamster wheel of life and all the craziness and whatever else goes along with that. And so like, what a shift for our world to be having this opportunity, beautiful opportunity to say, stop, pause, pivot, and step into what feels good. And what is that? What is your body telling you? That's what I get from this image. And I love it. So
yeah. And it's the premise of wake up, say thank you. that, every day is a brand new baby day. It hasn't been unwrapped yet. So your first thing to do, if you woke up in the morning, or in the afternoon or evening, whenever you decide to wake up and you take a breath, hallelujah. Hallelujah. I have another opportunity. And if I messed up yesterday, forgive yourself right now for everything that you've done yesterday, because you woke up today, and today is the day that you get to make. And so for radical gratitude is a big thing for me. Being grateful for the sticky and the sweet. The reason I now look like this little mouse in my soul is because 20 years ago, living in darkness, I lived in a cave of depression. It was pain. It was physically painful, emotionally painful, spiritually painful. But there was something in me that knew there was more. There was something different available to me. And so you just keep every single day breaking off the crust of that mud, or carving out from the marble the day that you want to create. And the only reason I know right now how great life is, and how awake I feel, and how loving I feel, and how much joy is in my life, is because of all of that crap that I've been through in my life. And I was strong enough to every day work at it and become that more that I knew was already there. And that moreness is in everyone. If you are in a place of struggle in your life right now, if you're feeling those emotions, if you're heavy in the heart, there is a power that is inside of you that wants you to keep going, or you wouldn't be waking up every morning to try again. We have this beautiful opportunity. Every day is an opportunity to be better than we were yesterday. How do I love more today? How do I have one of my mantras is, I love my life. How do I love my life more?
That's a fantastic morning question.
Yeah. And so how do I love more? How do I love people more? How do I love certain people more? How do I, what is mine to do today? And just today. I just need to worry about today.
Sometimes when I get in the flow of these shows, I kind of forget I'm the host.
Yeah,
I had a little bit of that a few moments ago. Just saying.
I get that. Sometimes wake up, say thank you's 30 minutes long when it could be 10.
Yeah. Okay. So so Steph, I thank you so much for being here with us longer than we were planning for. Thank you. Just a couple more things. We're going to wrap it up. You have so much love in the comments here for you. Where is it? Roberta was saying, I love this, Steph. You are a beautiful being. And
Thank you.
And yeah, lots more awesome comments here. And so, yeah, thank you so much for today. Let's see here. Steph, I'm going to do a couple things.
Oracle?
Yeah. Yes. I was going to pull a self-love card, unless you would like me to choose a different deck. I have self-care.
Self-love is good. Yes.
Okay, we'll do self-love card. So
master that first.
What was that?
Master that first. Self-love.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just do a little bit of light shuffling, and then I would love for you to tell me when to stop, and I'll choose a card. Give me just a second here. Okay, there we go. Okay, go ahead and tell me when to stop.
Now.
The card on top is, I am safe and secure in my world.
Mm-hmm.
The back says, I choose to believe that everyone is always helpful. Therefore, wherever I go in life, people are there to help me.
Yes.
You want to?
Didn't we just say that?
I know.
That's awesome.
Oh, wait, look what's right underneath it. I listen to my body's messages.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I take a nice deep breath and release all resistance to healing. Okay. Love it. Okay. So
Yeah.
Steph,
Oh my God, there's like 7 more topics we could talk about, Kim.
I
Like you,
know.
you just keep calling. Let's just have a weekly.
I, Steph, it might happen. So, okay. 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 We are nearing the end of today's show. But let's first, before I ask you my final question, Steph, will you remind everyone where they can go to connect with you, beyond today's conversation?
Mm-hmm. So the number one, Love Awakening on all platforms. So One Love Awakening on Instagram, One Love Awakening on Facebook, and oneloveawakening.com is our website. So yes, and if, just the possibility of giving a shout out, Reverend Tammy is starting a class tonight, Life on Purpose, Your Dance with Infinite Grace. Registration is technically closed, but I bet we can open up some spots for your listeners if they are interested. That information is on the website, oneloveawakening.com.
Okay.
/ Life on Purpose. So all the information about what it is, but it's going to be great, and it's 6 weeks. So that starts tonight.
Since registration's already closed, what should they do if they want to connect with you today?
They can email Steph at oneloveawakening.com or Tammy at oneloveawakening.com.
Okay.
I think it's actually still open on the website if you go there in the next little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a timeout thing, but so it might still be there if people are interested.
Okay. Well, okay, Steph. So I'm so grateful for you being here today and our conversation, everything you shared. Thank you so much. And I would now love to ask you if you would be open to making up a random song with the word emotions in it.
A random. See, I do random songs.
I know you do.
But I've never had to put a word in emotions.
Or just whatever comes up. So you can, I'm easy with it. It's whatever.
Oh my goodness. You know how you as soon as you're asked something, you go blank. Like, wow, yeah. I do have a little song that I kind of threw together for an intro I was thinking of doing one day. Do you want to hear that?
I'd love to hear that. Yes, please.
Well, I wake up to a brand new day. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I wake up to a brand new way. Thank you. Thank you. I wake up to a brand new story. It's unfolding right before me. Oh no, I forgot the rest of it. But yeah, that's it. That's my little gratitude song. Waking up, saying thank you.
That was beautiful. You have a beautiful voice, Steph, really.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank
God
you.
made it. I did nothing. I did nothing.
Okay, I get that, and you made the conscious choice, and that's the ability we all have to make, because
I do cut my own hair, so I did do that.
I do too, and that's why I'm pulling them back, because it don't look so good right now. Okay, your hair looks great, by the way. So
thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today. Absolutely. It was a gift. It was wonderful. And thank you to everyone who's with us live and on the replay. You guys were fantastic. Thank you for joining us in the comments, sharing your thoughts and your love and all of it. And same to our replay viewers. Know that you are also loved, and let us know what you're taking away from today's conversation. And whatever you're feeling, whatever this, so many thoughts, and then I stopped talking all of a sudden. Here's my thought. I would say to amplify this, definitely go and check out Steph's live stream from this morning and allow that to further support you in feeling expanded and uplifted and all of that, and carry that energy forth throughout your day, making those radical decisions to continually be joyful, remember your oneness and love and all of that. And allow that to carry you forward towards what it is that you want to create and experience, in your life. This is your 2022. You get to claim it. So, and with that, we will be back on Monday with another Rise and Shine Creating 2020 Vision conversation. I hope you have an amazing day. Steph, I love your dog there too. That's so sweet. Okay. Hi. Stay right there, Steph, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for your